Hello, hello. I have so many supplies on my desk. Are you guys interested in what's going to happen today? Hi, Cam. So, Jamie's still struggling a little with her talking and coughing, so I offered to do. Oh. Well, my watch decided to talk to me. Yes, I love this flower. I'm excited about it. I get a little nervous when I do flowers, but we're gonna just go for it, and I think it'll be fun. Hey, Jamie. So I was just telling everybody you were still coughing a whole lot, so I thought I would do the live for you today. I actually did a little bit of prep since I want to actually color the flowers. I went ahead and cut them and got them all ready and all that good stuff. So I've already chosen the colors just to make it go just a little bit faster. Today, hi Lynn, we're going to do the Curious Cosmo. So I don't have the dies for this, so I had to fussy cut everything, and I already did that, so you wouldn't have to wait for me to do that. I do want to use the geometric shape for what we're going to make, so I have it prepped on my Misty for when I'm ready to do that part. These are all the pieces we're going to color today. I'm used to doing these at night, as you can tell. Hi, Amanda. And we're going to put it on this card because we use these to display at the show. So I've already cut this out. It actually comes from the Sweet Keeper. This is the die right here. This one. And then this one. And then this one. So I used the dies from the Sweet Keeper so I could display this. And unfortunately, I sent them all to Jamie, so I can't show you what it looks like, so you'll just have to wait till we're done. Hi, Meg. So those of you who are here, don't forget, I'm also doing crafting roulette tonight. Nice. Good job, honey. I have this standard grip sticky mat here. It's sticky on it. I got this from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to use it to stick down the things that we're going to color today because I've already cut them out. So they stick on the mat, sometimes not perfectly, but at least, you know, we got them going on. So I'm going to set all the pieces on here. Oh, yes, the craft roulette's going to be so fun. I'm so excited and a little nervous just because I have no idea what we're going to do, which is part of the fun, but also a little scary when you're the one on camera. So, but I know it'll all be good. Merry Gun Fun will help me out a whole lot, I'm sure. Oh, you don't know what craft roulette is? Oh, let's talk about that real quick. Before I go into the description of craft roulette, I want to kind of tell you what I did with the sentiment. So I wouldn't be able to fit the full sentiment on this very small card right here. So what I did was I took this and I stamped it out and I cut infinite power out of it. And we're going to use that. Hey to everybody, also those of us who are a tad sickly. I'm recovering today. Oh no, I'm so glad you're feeling better though. Getting better, you're on the mend. That is super great. So craft roulette, basically it's like a game show. So there's always Merry Gun Fun and a guest, which today will be me. And we go on the show. We talk a little bit. The show starts at 6:10. That's where they show you all the projects everybody made last week. And then at 6:30 we start, and they spin this wheel, and the wheel has different parameters on it. And we get 4 parameters, and we make a project with those 4 parameters, and then you submit it, and the next week you can win prizes. So it's very simple. It's a lot of fun, but Mary Gunn and I will both be creating our projects online on the live today. So you can find that at Craft Roulette Live on YouTube. Hi, Kathy. Okay, so the colors, that's funny, Cam. Okay, so I'm going to start with the leaves. I have my colors already chosen here. So the leaves are going to be YG97, G94, and YG25. So we're going to do those. I'm going to take those out and put them into my little color blend stand here, since these are the ones we're working on. That's funny. Okay, I'm going to zoom in so you can see a bit of the coloring a little better. There we go. A crafternoon. Yes. Hi, Jay. So I will be crafting now and crafting tonight. So yay. Okay, so YG97 starts. And what I'm going to do is the veins and the shadowing on the leaves here. So I'm going to do both leaves in the same colors. And then I'll be using both of them, I hope, on this project. But there's not a lot of space, so if I can't, it's okay, because I'll just make another flower and use it on that. When you hear someone else call your bestie their bestie and you don't know what to do, right? That's funny. You just kind of pretend like you didn't hear it. That's what I did. Okay, so I'm just putting a little bit of shadowing in on this, on here, and I think I'm going to do them separately. Like I'll do this one first and then I'll do the other one. I know, I am a bit wound up, which I thought that would be great. That's why I was like, I'll do the live today. It'll kind of get me a little relaxed, because I relax with you guys. G94 is next. So I'm just going to extend out from where I put the first color and add a little bit of extra. I only have 3 colors, so this is the true color of the mix. So I'll be using quite a bit more of this one. All three of these green colors that I chose are all significantly different, but they'll look really good together. The Curious Cosmo is the one that I'm doing. I hope so. It's gonna be fun. I'm excited. I am excited. Don't get me wrong. I'm nervous, but excited. I think it's gonna be super fun. I try to play along with her each week anyway, so it's not like this will be the first time I've played along. So that'll help. Look at everybody saying hi to everybody. I love it. Some of you guys are going to see each other at the retreat in a couple weeks. And you're going to see Jamie and I as well. Jamie's going to be all better by then. I just know it. Because I've been praying for that real hard. Because I can't do that by myself. Well, I mean, if I was desperate, but I don't want to do it by myself. Ooh, I love how those greens are coming out. It looks like my sticky mat's not as sticky as I wanted it to be, but it's sticky enough to hold it while I color. So I'm happy. No problems, no problems. So excited for the retreat. Me too. We're going to have so much fun. She must be better and better and better by then. That is right. Yeah, we are going to have a very good time at the retreat. Jamie and I have been working on all the details. She's working on some of the printing and such today. So, yay! throat coat on the market. And Jamie has stock in all of the cough drops these days. Okay, so that one's done, so we're going to set that one aside. I love using my little tweezers here. These are really cheap on Amazon. They say only you. So I just pick them up on Amazon. Throat coat and cough off. I've never even heard of those, but that's super funny sounding. Okay, we also have a little bit of some greenery on the little bloom right here. The bud. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of dark on the bud as well. I feel like I should be saying like Bud Light. Oh, yay, Mom. That sounds great. We loved the donations. Mom, are you still in Missouri? So we're just doing the shadow areas and some of the undersides of the leaves. This can be done however you want. It's your flower, your leaf. It's your style. Oh, they're tea. That's why I don't know what it is. I don't really drink much tea either. But I have seen your pictures of the tea. I'd almost say I'm almost as nervous about doing this flower and not messing it up as I am tonight, not even knowing what I'm doing. You know, flowers make me a little nervous. Out shopping with Vicky. Ah, okay. I'll be home on Sunday. Good to know. I will be taking Cooper to an Easter egg hunt tomorrow. That will be super fun too. Okay, so extending out from where we put the darkest color, adding in some of this mid-tone, leaving small white areas for the last color. Howdy, howdy, Holly. All right, so how many of you have this flower? I know a few of you got it during the new release. But you could really use these ideas and color patterns and color choices and stuff on any of the flowers that you have. This one that we're going to do today, I'm doing it just a little bit cosmic. So it is called the Curious Cosmo. So I wanted to choose some very interesting mix combination of flower colors. So I hope you guys like it. Of course it has purple in it, but it won't be all purple. It's gonna have a good mix to it. Okay, so YG25 is the last one, so we're just gonna kind of go over the other color and add where the white is, so we get a really good blend on here. That looks cool. I really like that. We're gonna do the same thing with the leaves, get some good color in there. Dale's not watching the live today like usual at night because he has to work. You need some more flowers. They look cool to do with mixed media. They are very cool to do with mixed media, and usually Jamie does really good with all of that. These can be done with oxides or distress inks or pretty much just anything. You can color or create some mixed media paper and then just cut the flowers and leaves out of that paper, and they're awesome. I have a really cool one on my desk that I think you guys saw that Dale made. He made a vase and put them in there, but they were the carnation, and they're super pretty too. I like to color mine, but that's just because I'm really into coloring, but you can do them other ways too. So there's our other. Now we have both our leaves done. I'm gonna leave my little bud on there because I have to. You saw her rose live? Yeah, she's amazing with the flowers, seriously. I just can't even with her awesomeness of flowers. Okay, so we have two things that we have to color here. So we have to color the inside. I think we'll do that first, and we'll do the leaves, the flowers last. So what I chose, okay, thanks, Mom. You're making your ego swell. Well, it's true. So, you know, if it swells your ego, then you deserve it. Okay, E18, E39, YR23, and Y21 are the colors that I'm going to make the insides. Now, this one is the one you're really going to see. These are going to be layered up. So one of them will be on top and the other ones will be below. So on two of them, I'm just going to do the outside, so that if there's any bleed over, you'll be able to, it'll be colored too. And then I'll do one of them and this one. Hi, Joyce. So I'm going to start out with this E18, and I really like it. It's a very deep, dark color. So I'm going to put these in between, and not in between every one of them, but just enough to get some depth into that. This is the one that you're going to see, so this is the one that I want to be the most careful with. I like to put that depth in between. Not perfectly, so don't worry about that. It is very small, but as long as you get some of that darkness in there, you'll be good. So you can almost see it start coming to life like that. Oh, no, you're not that late. I only did the leaves so far, and it was a surprise. I'm filling in because I didn't want Jamie to go live today because she's still coughing like crazy. I want her to rest that voice so she can get better. So I offered to do the flowers, even though Floral Friday is not really my thing. It's really her thing. But I figured you guys wouldn't mind if we swapped up a little bit. Okay, so this is my one that you probably won't be able to see much of once I layer them up. And then I'm going to do just around the outside of this one and the other one. I'm not going to mess with the middle part very much because I don't think it'll really matter all that much. So this one I'm taking a lot less time because it doesn't really matter. Hi, Catherine. She's feeling a little better, but she's still coughing her head off. So she's doing better. She's on the ups coming into the mending, but still coughing a lot. So we're trying to let her rest that voice of hers, because she's going to need it for the retreat for sure. Okay, one more right there. Okay, so we did them all at the same time, and see how much they pop with just that little bit of E18 in them? I really, really like that. I usually put a really dark color in there, E18, E49, something like that, just to give it a whole lot of depth. E39 is just a little bit lighter than our E18, so this one won't have a whole lot in it either, but I'm just going to extend out from where I put that darkest shade, trying to give it some dimension so it looks like it's not flat. So that is the reason for the two brown shades. I think that looks super cool. You're not coughing, you're coughing. I'm not coughing, you're coughing. Am I coughing in my head? All right, so we're filling in. I probably want to do just a little bit on that. So I went back so I could get a little bit of color in that center part. I love coloring the flowers. It's not the coloring that scares me. It's the what if I don't put it together right? But a flower's a flower, and no two flowers are the same, and it's just paper in the end. It's all handmade, so it will all be good. I probably didn't need to do that inside part, but I can't help myself, so just ignore that. You probably don't need that because we won't be able to see it anyway. But if nothing else, it'll give you a little bit of practice on seeing how I do them all, you know, pretty close to the same. Okay, now we're going to switch it up a little bit to a YR23 to get some yellow into that centerpiece. I'm going to leave a little bit of white for the last color because I think you need a little bit more of a yellow color. So this one is just going to leave a little bit of white for us to go over with the last color. The combination. This is really going to make these flowers look awesome. There we go. Oh, she's got to go mop floors. Gross. That is not something you will hear me say. You might hear me say, I'm going to do laundry, but you won't hear me say I'm going to mop floors. I do not mop floors. In addition to all the stuff that my hubby does, mopping floors is something he does as well. So I'm super glad I don't have to do that. Not a fan of cleaning house at all. I am a fan of crafting. I'm not worrying about the center on that one. You won't be able to see it anyway. I'm really worried about just the outsides. I want the outsides to have some color, so in case they don't overlap exactly, they're still kind of colored. Oh, right, from all the admin stuff. You do need that. Everybody needs a break from the admin stuff. Coffee and chocolate? Coffee, okay. Not the mopping, just the coffee and chocolate. Y21 is the last color, and I'm going to put that in all the little white areas that I left. Not a whole lot, but I just want those to kind of stand out. The lighter the color, the more they'll stand out. So it's a little bit of just a pouncing around. Oh, yes, for sure. I know exactly what you mean, Jamie. Okay, so for this one, I'm just going to go around the outside because, I mean, you're not going to see the inside of these anyway. So if you're popping in or you're wondering why I'm not coloring the centers of the flowers, it's because you won't see them anyway. So no sense in wasting the ink on them. That's the way I see it. Less refill, less marker maintenance. And we all know I do a ton of that. Okay. So here comes the awesome part. Are you guys ready for this? Because I'm super stoked about showing you guys this. These are the colors I chose for the petals. So BV08, V17, then we go into a pinky color, which is V06, and then we're going to jump to a blue, B45 and B41. So this is going to give it what I feel is like a cosmic color to it. I didn't want to do them just plain pink or just plain blue, so we're picking some differences. I'm going to flip this over so I can work on this little guy right here first. So I'm going to start with the BV08, and I'm going to put that in the deepest, darkest depth area of this. And this one won't have a whole lot of the blue at the top because it is a bud and it's all closed up, so you'll see more of it when we get to the petals on the flowers. And then B17, which won't have a whole lot to it either. And normally I'd take both caps off, but this is I'm not going to have this marker out, but just a second. And then I'm going to close it up. V06 is next. BB8 is your favorite. Oh, BV08 is your favorite. I'm with you. Read between the lines. I gotcha. This one is the center color, so I'm going to add just a little bit to the top of this one. So I really want this to have a purple tone, but I also wanted to add the blue. I like BV08 too, but I use V09 a lot instead of BV08, but BV08 has more of a blue like base to it versus the purple pinkish base. And so this, when you do this, because this color is still pretty dark, you have to touch the paper just barely. It's a very light touch, very, very light touch with this blue. You're going to get the real wow factor when we do the long petals. Then I turn this around and I'm going to do from the top this light blue blended back into the purple. This gives them a very two-tone look, which I like and I'm excited about. You don't want to use too much of the B41 because when you use a lot of the B41, it has a lot of colorless blender and it's going to wash it out. So you want to be real careful with that. Okay, so this one, back to the BV08. I'm going to try to do 3 petals at one time. Talk about the dress up at the retreat. Oh, I wish I could, but I don't remember the exact details of that off the top of my head. But there will be some, if you dress up, Jamie posted it, if you dress up on, if you wear your certain outfits on certain days, there could be prizes involved with that. So if you're coming to the retreat, be sure to keep that in mind. Pajamas, t-shirt, and teal and purple. Yeah, it's going to be super fun. We like to give away prizes, so we come up with all kinds of games and different things that we can use to give away. Prize will be around. We'd love to give away prizes and tickets for drawings. We'll be posting some other stuff in the group, so be on the lookout, like a list of what you need to bring. Your supply list. It's not very long, so don't freak out. It's not bad. Oh, BB-8. Oh, Star Wars. I get it. I get it. I get it. It took me a second. I don't watch a lot of Star Wars, but I have watched those and I do know what that is. But that's funny. My husband would have picked up on that right away if we were doing this live at night. Okay, so moving to V17. So that's more of a blue purple, and this one is more of a like an amethyst purple. But remember, we're going to move into some blue as well. So I'm just going to keep rotating this. I hope I don't make you guys dizzy. But I think it's easier that way. I can get my strokes, my brush strokes going smooth that way. And after I do this one, we'll explain as I go along on the second one, and then the third one, we'll just do that one up real quick. Because you guys already have the instructions for that. No problem, Cam. We gotcha. Okay, V06 is next. This one moves into the more lavender pink purple. It's going to start bringing it into pink. So usually when I use this one, sometimes I bring it into that somewhat of a pink tone. But I wanted to switch it up. So that's why I chose to do the blue instead. Dude, you're making a lot of noise out there. The hubby's getting snacks. You can hear him. He's making a lot of noise out there.
My creativity takes a lot of brain power.
Yeah, well, I know. He needs snacks for his brain power. For his creativity, brain power. Me too. I'll have mine afterwards. So just putting a little bit along these edges where it shows the folds really gives some personality to that, to those petals, which I really like. And this is the BV45, and this is the one where you have to do a very, very light touch when you do it. Otherwise, you'll overpower the pinky purple, and I don't want to do that. So I'm just barely, sometimes I'm not even going to be touching the paper, but I just want to barely touch it. The B41 will do the blending out of the rest of that. So no worries, be patient, I'll get there. It'll look a little funny for a little bit. No worries. It will all be okay. Just trust in the process. It will come together. And I forgot to do this part, so I'm just gonna touch that real quick. There we go. You got the reference. Of course you did. Okay, BV41. Remember, this one has a lot of colorless blenders, so you want to be real careful. I'm going to go from the tip into the color, the white area into the color. So I want to get that blue laid down. It will also allow for some texture in there. Start blending those colors together. I am okay with there being like some streaks in there because it'll look like veins, and I love that. So we have some purple and some blue. It's gonna definitely look like a Cosmo, Curious Cosmo, Curious Cosmo. I'm doing this, but I'm touching really, really light. Don't want to wash out too much of that color. My hand's sticking to the mat. There you go with your besties comments again. Okay, so what do we think of that? It's super cool, huh? It's going to look a lot better when it's not on this blue background, so you guys can really see it. Look at that. Isn't that super cool? I love it. All right, let's work on the other two. Hi, Rachel. Thank you for popping in. BV08 starts it. So we're going to do the same thing we did before. They won't be exact, but then again, no flowers are exactly the same in nature, so I want to go up just a little bit further on that one. I think I need my, there we go. Now my hand won't stick to the mat. And I can spin it around. Yes, we're going to layer the flowers. We're going to layer 3 of them. Now the stamp set comes with some extra petals that you can color. And they look like this. So if you want to add more dimension to yours, you can. I'm going to do both of these at the same time so I can get these done. So we can move on to the assembly. Normally I wouldn't do them back to back just because I don't want them to dry in between, but I think we'll be okay. We don't have any that are too far in color that won't blend. Yes, we almost always layer the flowers somehow. Almost always. But I'm going to layer all 3 of these, and then I'm going to layer the little topper on it as well. So it'll be 4 deep. V17 is next. And I'm just going to start and keep going. Get that purple in there. You know I like me some purple. I guess I could have chosen a teal color and then I could have made them purple and teal, but yikes. Sometimes you just don't think of that stuff in time. It will all be okay. Gonna do this one just a little bit faster. I just want to get this color laid down. So once you get used to coloring these, and this is the first time I've actually colored this flower. Oh, no, you're fine. You can totally ask questions. There are some people popping in and out, and they might not know. So I'm totally fine with questions. Lots, even if they're something we've already talked about, I don't mind at all. So don't be sorry. All is good. V06 is next. And this is the one where I'm going to start adding in that pinkish purple. And we're also going to put some of that up here in these little folds right here. I guess I should do this one while I already have it up in this direction. Probably be a little faster. So what do you guys think? How are you liking the colors so far? Note that blue bonnets and daffodils are not requestable. But good to know if you have some flower requests. Yeah, throw them out there. We'd love to hear them. I put my 2 cents in. I already got my faves. Oh, you love the colors? I love the colors too. But then again, you know, they're some of my favorites. So, especially these 3 colors right here. And then I usually follow it up with V15 and V12. But, I love to throw this V06 in there. So this is the 3 of my favorites. And then I switched it up by throwing some blue in at the end. I like to throw you guys off. I don't like to do the same colors all the time, so you guys can get some variation. I love it. It reminds you of a clematis. We have a clematis, actually. We have that stamp set already released called Calming Clematis. And that one's super fun too. Looks a little bit different than this one, but yes, I can see there are some of our flowers that have similarities when you look at them until you put them together. And then they're different in their own way. I know, right? Look at her multitasking. She might have been sick, but let me tell you guys, she's been on the mission to get stuff done, even though she hasn't been feeling well. It's sort of impressive. She has been rocking it up there in Idaho, taking care of stuff. It's been a little sad because we haven't been able to talk much, but she's still knocking it out of the park up there. No rest for us. A stargazer lily. We do not have a stargazer lily yet. I'd have to look that up because I'm going to tell you, I'm not good with flowers, like what they are, what their names are and stuff. So I'd have to look that up. Oh, we do? We do have a stargazer lily. Well, there you go. Jamie's the one to ask. Is that the extraordinary lily, Jamie? A tiger lily or a stargazer. Oh, okay. So it's kind of the same. Okay. I like the lily. It is really pretty to color up. I like how you can put all the different textures in it and make it look super cool. I thought maybe it was something different. You know, my brain is stuck in the galaxy, so I thought it was some other kind of Bird of Paradise is also on the can't be requested list. We've had that request. We've tried it, and it just just might be better as a stencil or a stamp than a die set. It's definitely beautiful. I remember when I went to Hawaii, I thought those flowers were just gorgeous. But they're not easy in a 3D. Who's on the no-fly list? Yeah. Uh-huh. Look at her. Oh, we love it. We love it. The working hard. We've done the same thing. We've spent hours talking about different types of flowers and sending pictures back and forth. What about this one? What about this one? Okay, so the last one is the B41, and this is where we're going to come from the top, going into the petal to blend that together, lighten those edges a little bit. I think I'll put a little bit more on that. Lighten that up just a little bit more. Kind of made these ones a little bit darker than the first one, which I'm okay with because we're going to layer these up so you're going to see them all. So it's going to be pretty cool. But I noticed a lot of flowers that have the same shape like a daisy. That's true. That is true. Maybe they're half breeds with daisy genes. I did not say Daisy Dukes. I said Daisy Jeans. Then add more layers as a Gerber daisy and add more petals as zinnia. And yep. So there's definitely a few flowers you can alter to make them look different. All right, we're almost done, and then we get to put this baby together. And this one I'm going to use Barely Art glue to put it together. All right, so there is our coloring. We have these two pieces and this one, a bud, the center. I did 3 sets of petals. The assembly, that's the fun part for you. It's the challenging part for me. The coloring is the fun part for me. Okay, so let's zoom out. Yes, I do. Remember the frog from Bud Wise? Yep, I remember that. I remember that. Okay, so we have all these pieces we're going to put together. And so don't forget that this came from the dies that are in the die set of the Sweet Keeper. The sentiment is cut off the sentiment part from the stamp set. So I just took Infinite Power. I thought about Brave enough, but we have Brave on one of our other stamp sets. And since we're displaying it at this show, I thought Infinite Power would be better. Okay, so I'm going to just use my water bottle. Hi, Dawn. And just spritz the back of this very ever so lightly. I don't want a whole lot on there. And then I'm going to use the bone folder to kind of curve these petals. I'm definitely not good at this, but we're going to do it anyway. And Jamie, you can stop me if I'm doing this wrong. So I'm just using it to curve the paper. The paper's easy to curve. If it's just slightly damp, it works really good. I'm noticing while I'm doing it. Oh, I knew you were going to say that. All right. So much for that. I got it going the wrong way. Hey, look at me. I can switch it. As long as the paper's still wet, it'll switch just fine. So no stopping it. I don't think you'll see the underside of this, but now that I'm thinking about it, I probably want to put a little bit of color on the underside of this. So what I like to do, and I'm going to pull out my my extra paper that I have for when I go outside the lines. Yes. Oh my gosh, am I totally hosing this up? Go from the center to the end of the petal. So what are you saying, like this? All right, I'm gonna wait for confirmation. Oh my gosh. Okay, so is this fun? Are you guys watching how fun this is to watch me mess this up? How are we doing now? Are we good? It's a good thing you're on here. There we go. All right. Well, nobody's perfect. And I never told you that I was great at flowers. All right. So it still folds however you want. When it's wet, it folds however you want. And you won't be able to see the backside, so I don't think I'm going to color those. I'm going to just get it a teeny bit damp this time, just like last time. And we're going to do this a lot faster. You're welcome for the 4 ways you can shape the flower. Oh, I need to laugh not so loud because my hubby, I can tell my husband's on a conference call in the other room. I did preface their struggle. I did. And that, you know, it's, and you could do it anyway. Think of all the different ways your flower would look if you curled the leaves differently. But we are trying to do the cosmos, so we want it to be the right way. I think I got a little bit too much water on this one, so it's acting a little crazy, and I don't want to rip the petal off, so I need to be a little bit careful with this one. So you really don't need a lot of water, you just need a little bit of water. Yes, it is great paper because you can just switch it all up if you need to. I'm going to put just a little bit of, I want to put a little bit of dimension. Whenever I do the little buds, I like to give it a little bit of dimension so I can put a pop dot underneath it so it looks like it sticks up a little bit. I guess we don't need this. Well, we'll probably need it for these. So I'm going to go back to the lightest color in the green combination, which was YG25. From the center out. Same thing with the leaves. Okay, gotcha. But I'm going to put some of this green on the back just because that's the way I am when they fold up and stuff. I don't want you to be able to see the white. I don't like being able to see the white. So I'm just going to put them on here. I don't think you'll see it with those petals, but if we do, we are going back in. Houston, we'll be going back in. Yes, this will bleed through the front a little bit, but since it's already dry, it will only just enhance the green color. So Happy napping, Harlan. That's just the way I like to do them. See, it's not a lot. You can't really see much from the back to the front, but I like it. All right, so spritzing this just a teeny bit. All right, the same way from the center out, like that. So, like, this way is what you're saying. This is funny. This is like, Mom, do I do it like this? No. Do I do it like this? No. Oh, you guys get to see how Jamie and I work together. Like this? No. I dropped the leaves in my trash can. All right, I got them out. Group crafting. This is the way I roll. Oh no, what am I going to do without you for craft roulette tonight, Jamie? All right, this one's a little bit harder to do because one, I got it a little bit too damp, and two, it's smaller. So we'll just lay it there and it'll dry like that. You'll be in the chat. I'll be trying to make sure the chat is up and running. Okay, so let's let those dry. Oh, I forgot this one. And this one, I'm just going to put a little bit of water on my finger. And what I really want to do with this one, and I don't know if this is the right thing, but I have this pen right here with this round tip, and I kind of just want to curve around this tip. I sort of want this to pop out. Undercover Boss. I like that show. It makes me laugh. It was never, I knew it was never like for real, but it was funny. There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, it's I did it perfect. I only took me all those to get it right. Okay. So what I'm going to go ahead and glue this together because I'll show you what I want to do with the stamp because I think it's going to be super cool. So at least I hope so. I hope it works. So we're going to glue this on here. There's actually, when you cut this out, there's a score line on there. So I'm centering it above that score line. Just like that. Oh, and it's crooked. I said just like that, but I'm changing my mind. Just like that. Hi, Deborah. So I'm just pressing this together, spread the glue out, get it all nice and smooth. And then I'm going to do this one. And I'm going to center this one in this small area down here. And yes, now it looks like a Polaroid photo frame that you could actually put pictures in and use in your scrapbook or use on a card or however you want. But we thought these would be great to use to display our flowers. It's a specimen card. And I want to use the design, the little geometric design. So I set it up before the video so it would be in the right spot. If I put this in the corner like this, and then I want it to go down, but I want it to touch down here and up here. So I set that up before the video, and now we're going to use, I think I'm going to use VersaFine just because it's got a little bit of a darker, it's a darker, more solid black. I don't use it when I'm coloring, but when I'm just stamping, I like to use the VersaFine. I hope this works. This is my theory and I'm sticking to it. Ta-da! That's cool. I like it. I wanted it to show all the way down on this, like it broke up between here and here. And it worked. So I really like that. I'm super excited. I'm just using my little mat because if you leave the ink from the VersaFine on your stamp, it will dye this stamp a little bit. So I needed to clean that one before we moved on. Da-da-da! There it is in all its beauty. That is what I wanted to do. Now we have to put this little baby together. Alright, so we have leaves, and we have a bud, which I don't know if I'll use. We have a sentiment, we have flowers. Okay, so one of these I colored the complete center, so this needs to be the one on top. And then, alright, Jamie. You're gonna have to tell me no if I get this wrong. I just want to put it on there. Oops. Just want to put it on there at first, just to make sure I got the right. I sent you a snap of it before I started, but is this right? Is this right? Yes, I do have the glitter. We can certainly do that. I actually keep a little bucket of Crazy Creations Cool Glitter ready to go. Hi, Kelly. Oh, thank you. And then what I need is a sponge, which I have right here handy. So what I do is, I'm going to show you this is the way I do it. Not that I don't glitter that many, but I just cut myself off a little piece of this spongy sponge. I'm going to go ahead. Should I glue them together before I glitter them? Or should I glitter them and then glue them together? I guess it doesn't really matter. Might be easier to do it this way. Okay. So, glue them together first. Alright, following Jamie's instructions. This is the top one. So, I'm going to put glue in the center here, where I colored all that pretty stuff. I want to put them together, but leaving an empty space for the last three, if that makes sense. So I crossed them, but I put them just a little, like I turned them just a little bit close to each other. I'm just waiting for it to dry. And then I'm going to glue the center part again. This is my Barely Art glue. It works really well. And then this one will fit right in that area where I left the opening, so that we have the petals all spread out the way that we want them. Hold tight. Give it a second to dry. Ooh, this is so cute. This is so good. I'm going to use the bottom, it's perfect, of my multi-liner just to hold it still for a second. Perfect. Now we have this little guy that's going to go in the center. And I popped him up so he'll give a little bit of dimension. So I'm not gonna glue him with Barely Art glue. I'm gonna actually put a little piece of a sweet pop on it, under it, so it will hold tight. Yes, so there's an extra petal in the set that I talked about earlier that looks like this. If you want to add more petals around your pretty flower. So the sweet pops are in the shop and you can cut them up to whatever size you need. I'm so glad I got my nails done before this video because they were so long and I wouldn't have been able to do this tiny work with them. Are you guys having fun in my video for both of us to learn how to make this flower? It's a good thing Jamie's here. It could have been a fiasco. Oh, look, I got it perfect in there. But I think I want to layer it one more time. I want it to really stand up. So I'm just going to put another layer. On top. Give it a little bit more dimension. I think we'll be okay with that. I did not wait for my okay from Jamie, but I think it'll be okay. So I just double layered that. Then I'm going to take this. Let's see, how do I want to put it in there? I want to make sure I get it so it looks really good. Right there. Okay, so I'm going to hold it for just a second till I get it in there right. And now it kind of stands up inside the flower, so it gives it quite a bit of dimension there, which I really like. I'm super excited about that. Okay, so now we're going to glitter up all the cool stuff. So I'm going to take my Barely Art glue and I'm just going to put glue on this sponge. Probably more glue than I need, but we'll see. Then I'm going to take each petal and I'm going to start putting glue on the petals. So you can squeeze them or you can blot it or whatever works best for you, as long as you're getting the glue on there and it feels sticky. It does feel sticky. Let me just tell you, it's a sticky mess. Which is why I use a small piece of my sponge so I can throw it away when I'm done. Okay, then we're going to take this glitter. Thank goodness I have no fan on. Don't do this with your fan on. And I'm just going to start dropping this glitter heavily all over the flower. I'm going to hold it in that center I put in there. I like a lot of glitter. And then I'm going to just tap it off a little bit. I missed a petal. Ha! I missed a petal. Here we go. Never said I was perfect. I bet it's fixed now. Ta-da! Ooh-wee. That is some pretty stuff. My only concern is I don't like that I have like a harsh line there. So I don't know if this is how you fix it, but this is how we're gonna fix it. We're just gonna touch a little bit of this glue in and around the center part. Then I'm gonna drop this on there and we're gonna turn it over and tap it off. And I think I'm gonna like this a whole lot better. Oh yeah, so pretty. Okay, let's do a little bit on the leaves too. I'm not gonna add any more glue to this because I don't want to put a whole lot on the leaves, and I'm just gonna touch the outsides of them. I don't like there to be a lot of glue on or sparkly on the leaves. I like the flower to stand out. You can pour the glitter over top, or you can just dip it down in. Either way works. As long as you don't have your fan on, you can't go wrong with glitter. This one just has a teeny bit of glitter, sugar coated. I probably needed a little bit more than that. Let's add just a little bit more glue. Just keep doing it till you're happy with it. Like this one got a little bit on a couple of leaves. If we end up with a whole lot, oh well. Glitter always makes everything better. There we go. That's much better. I like that much better. Ah, so pretty. Glittery gorgeousness. Oh. Shall we put some on this too? Why not, right? I'll just put it around the top. Ooh, I like it. There we go. Some glittery awesomeness on that too. So, I don't remember where I got these. Probably at the dollar store. But they snap together and then they close so the lid won't come off. It's just a little spoon in there. I got glitter on it, Jamie. I did. It's a little messy, but not too bad. And I got the center part on there. Yes, I think she's feeling a little better, but still coughing a lot. So that's why I'm doing the live. So she can chime in and give me instructions, but she doesn't have to actually talk. Which works out really nicely. Okay, so here we go. So this is my awesome flower. I want it kind of curved up with the center in. That's just the way I like it. I want to put it about right here so you can still see all this pretty stuff over here. I like to lay it all out before I do it. I have a vision, but I haven't actually made it, so I think infinite power looks really good up here, and then we have to fit in these leaves somewhere. So maybe this one would be good here, and I might like this one down here. Let's lift it up and see. I think I'm okay with it hanging out, maybe up here. We could move that over. Put it up here. Oh, that's pretty. I kind of like that. We still have the bud, which I'll probably just put kind of like underneath there. All right, I got my plan. Here we go. Ready? I think I'm going to glue this in here first. So I'm going to put some glue right here. And since this is a really long petal, I want to make sure it's the way that I want it. Like this. I kind of want this one here. So sort of get it where I want it and hold it. And then I'm going to put some more glue and I'm going to stick it down. Let's see, what about this one? Yeah, you can put glue in there too. I think I want it here. So we'll put that right there, hold that down for a sec. There we go. I'm getting there, I'm getting there, I'm getting there. So I love this Barely Art glue because you saw me stick my finger in it, and all you have to do is rub your fingers together and then there's no sticky residue at all. It's one of my favorite aspects of the Barely Art glue. Okay, add glue one more time because some of it's dried. And then we're going to place this where we want it. I think right here would be good. I'm going to hold that down for a minute. It's a lot of glue, so I'm just going to hold it just for a few minutes till it feels like it's pretty good. The Barely Art glue holds really well, so once it sticks, it's pretty stuck. I'm going to take this bud and put this little crease on it so I can use this part to stick to the table and then the top will stick up. We can actually put some of this in there too behind it. So this is still the same sweet pop that I used earlier. Just going to use a little bit on the back of this one to make sure it stays up. So I'm just sticking it underneath here like this. I'm going to take the paper off. I'm going to put a little bit of glue right here where I want it to stick to the card. And then I'm going to hold it with my tweezers and place it where I want it. So I kind of want it to be like right here. I know you won't see a lot of it, but this is a really small space. So I want to make sure I want to hold it down where I want the glue to stick to the card. There we go. This is working out great. Now it has a little dimension. It's still there. It looks really cute. And I can still put my infinite power up here, which is exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted my infinite power to go right here. That's just part of the sentiment. I just cut out the piece that I wanted. I'm going to use my espresso to hold that down. Look at that. Beautiful flower. And then I'm going to write the name Curious Cosmo down here because I started out handwriting them, so now I just kind of have to. I don't have the prettiest handwriting, but Curious Cosmo. I love it. It's so pretty. It came out really good. What do you guys think? Do you like it? Look, here we go. So, doesn't this background geometric just make it perfect, doesn't it? Yay, I did it, I did it, I did it. I made the Curious Cosmo. Yay! This is the Curious Cosmo. This is my version of the Curious Cosmo. Success! Let's hope I feel this successful tonight after Craft Roulette. Thank you so much. Thank you for bearing with me and hanging with me through all my little nope, yep, nope, yep. I really appreciate it. Um, I had lots of fun this afternoon. Thanks for my distraction, so I didn't have to worry about anything for later. I love it. I'm super happy, and we needed that anyway. So, you guys join me, submit a card with Craft Roulette so we can break that record of how many cards have been submitted. If you want to see what kind of cards other people make, join the live at 6:10 and you'll be able to see everybody's cards. So you can see they go from little kids and beginners, intermediates, advanced, everybody gets to play. Thank you so much for joining me. I will post this on YouTube, so if you guys want to refer back to it later, you certainly can. And if you have any questions, as always, let us know. Otherwise, I believe Jamie will have a live sometime tomorrow. I'm sure she'll post on Facebook if she's feeling well enough. Otherwise, you might get another surprise. It's 6:10 Central. I want to make sure I say that. Central Standard Time. 6:10 Central. Good night. Goodbye. I always say good night. Good afternoon, you guys. I'll see you later on tonight.